The 57mm AZP S-60, or just S-60, is a weapon system that is effective against a wide range of threats and is quickly adaptable. It still has a combat value in the modern battlefield, even though short to medium range anti-aircraft guns have been considered outdated for many decades. Today, we're investigating the S-60, the anti-aircraft gun that has been born again and again. The AZP S-60 takes its name from the initials Автоматическая зенитная пушка S-60, meaning automatic anti-aircraft gun S-60. It has served in countless conflicts, and the Russians taste their own medicine today. The development of the S-60 goes back to the Second World War. In 1944, the USSR began to work on a new 57mm anti-aircraft gun, or shortly AA gun, to replace its 37mm M1939 used for the division-level air defense. Western sources claim that during the design phase, Soviet engineers used the blueprints of the German 5.5 cm Garrett 58 prototype gun, as well as the data that came from the studies on the captured German 5 cm Flak 41 guns. The S-60's early prototypes were tested in 1946. After some corrections, the USSR took it into service in 1950. Initially, in the Soviet Army, every tank and motorized division had an anti-aircraft regiment with 4 batteries of 6 guns, each with 2 3-gun platoons. So each had 24 S-60s. Similarly, the Soviet Air Defense Forces regiments were equipped with the same amount of guns. Yet, due to the rapid advancement in air defense missile technologies, the production of the S-60 ceased within 7 years after over 5,700 pieces had been delivered. Hungary and Poland also produced the AA gun under license, and China and Iran manufactured the copied versions. Unlike its predecessor, the M1939, the S-60 was not just an AA gun, but an element of a radar-controlled air defense system. A standard S-60 AA gun battery headquarters had 2 P-15 target acquisition radars and a single SON-9 fire control radar, whose NATO reporting names are Flatface and Firecan respectively. It was used in conjunction with the PU-AZO-5 director. The calculator and the radars were transported by Ural 375 trucks. The S-60 also had an optical targeting system, which allowed it to engage in targets without radar control. Naturally, the AA gun has been accompanied by more advanced radar systems later. For example, the PU-AZO-660 director and the SON-9A radar replaced the PU-AZO-5 and the SON-9. Also, some operators accompanied the S-60 with the RPK-1 VASA radar fire control system that laid the guns onto the target by remote control. Some modernized versions were associated with the I-band SON-50 radar, whose NATO reporting name is Flapwheel. Many users also added a low-light television camera on the radar's antenna to increase the effectiveness of the S-60, especially when confronted by chaff or electronic jamming. More recent modernized versions are accompanied by more advanced electro-optic detection and tracking devices. The S-60 can be towed on the road at 60 km per hour, while its cross-country towing speed is 15 km per hour. Depending on the crew's training level, the AA gun can be set up within 2 to 5 minutes. Still, the S-60 can also fire in the towing position in an emergency. In the firing position, its 4 wheels are raised off the ground and the carriage is supported on 4 screw jacks. Hydraulic barrel brakes and spring compensators are below the barrel with a multi-perforated muzzle brake. The gun is fitted with a shield on the front, which is quite effective during ground attack missions. During anti-aircraft rolls, the upper part of the shield is folded down. A horizontal feed tray on the left side of the mounting holds one clip of 4 57mm rounds, and a second clip can be placed on an upright stand that rotates with the mounting. The standard crew consists of 8 people, including the commander. 2 members operate traverse and elevation wheels, while the third and fourth are responsible for range, speed, and direction settings. In addition to the loader, there are 2 ammunition carriers in the crew. Naturally, depending on the used modernization kit or operation mode, the number of crew members can be changed. The S-60 can be used in 4 operation modes. First, it can be operated manually by the crew via the hand wheels. Second, a servo motor can assist the barrel traverse and elevation. Third, the gun can be controlled by a director remotely. And finally, it can be operated automatically via radar control. The S-60 has a reflex sight for anti-aircraft use and a telescope sight for ground use. Using onboard optical sights, its effective slant range and altitude limit with an elevation of plus 45 degrees are nearly 4,000 and 2,500 meters respectively. With radar control, these numbers increase to over 6,000 meters in range and 5,400 meters in altitude. On the other hand, the S-60 can send 57mm rounds to a 12,000 meter distance. Even though its declared rate of fire is 105 to 120 rounds per minute, in practice this figure is no more than 70 rounds due to the reloading time. Also, in general use, after each 50-round firing has to stop to allow the barrel to cool down. The S-60 can fire impact-fused and proximity-fused fragmentation shells against air targets. They are also highly effective against infantry. Its 57mm armor-piercing round can penetrate a 94mm steel armor at a 1,000 meter distance. Due to the high rate of fire feature and heavy munition, which had a high amount of propellant charge, the barrel rapidly wears out. Still, the S-60 is reliable and easy to maintain and repair. After firing, the AA gun can be ready for towing within 67 minutes. The S-60 has a crew of 8. Its barrel length is about 4.39 meters. The weight of the AA gun is 4,875 kilograms. In the traveling position, it has a length of 8.6 meters, a width of 2.05 meters, and a height of 2.46 meters. The barrel can depress and elevate between -2 to +87 degrees. The turret can turn 360 degrees. It has a fire rate of 105 to 120 rounds per minute. The S-60 has an effective range of 6,000 meters. The Hungarian licensed production variant of the S-60 is called SZ-60. Many countries have executed modernization programs for the S-60. One of the well-known is the Polish S-60MB. It has an electric drive mechanism, digital controls, and automatic gun laying capability. The Indonesian modernized S-60s are accompanied by a day and night camera, a thermal camera, and a laser rangefinder. The Type 59 is the Chinese copied version of the S-60. Unlike its Soviet origin, the AA gun setup time is 1 minute. Later production variants of the Type 59 featured some improvements, including an autoloader which increases the practical rate of fire to 100 to 120 rounds per minute. It also has an electric drive mechanism and a safety device which locks the gun at predetermined elevations and horizontal angles. The Type 59 also uses off-carriage fire control with the Type 6 director and a Miao 9 target search radar. The ZSU-57-2 is the self-propelled variant of the S-60. It consists of a modified T-54 hull and an open turret with a twin 57mm gun. Unlike the S-60, the ZSU-57-2 has no radar control capability. Similarly, China developed its ZSU-57-2 copy called the Type 80. The North Korean M1985 has a box-shaped turret rather than the rounded one on the ZSU-57-2 and Type 80. Its hull is a copied version of the GMZ 575 chassis of the ZSU-23-4. The Iranian Bahman combines the Cross 6322 6x6 trucks and a remote-controlled turret with a twin 57mm gun, which is assumed to have radar control capability. The S-60 is the main gun of many improvised self-propelled systems designed for ground fire support missions rather than air defense. For example, Armenia mounted some guns onto MTLB tracked armored vehicle. Recently, it has been seen that the Russian forces also applied this practice. Besides, Russia developed the new AMN 590911 Spartak 6x6 armored vehicle mounted S-60. Many S-60 Type 59 users mounted the gun onto various trucks such as Crus 6322 and CA-10, and armored vehicles such as T-55 Hull. The S-60 also has naval variants. The ZIF-75 was the one that was the most impressive, at least in appearance. Even though it was used on many destroyers and other naval vessels, this manually loaded 57mm quadruple-barrel gun required a 7-person crew and had a disappointing performance. Besides, its open turret was unsuitable for a possible nuclear war. So, the USSR developed the twin-barreled AK-725 with a closed turret. Controlled by the MP-103 bar's fire control radar, it had a 1-person crew. Thanks to its belt-feeding mechanism, the AK-725 has a rate of fire of 400 rounds per minute. Many Soviet naval vessels developed in the 1970s, including cruisers and corvettes, were fitted with this gun. Similarly, China developed the naval variant of its Type 59. This twin-barreled gun, called Type 66, was mounted on various former Chinese surface combatants and other vessels. We should add that the Rio Damuji-class frigates of the Cuban Revolutionary Navy, converted from Spanish-built fishing trawlers, are fitted with the turrets of the ZSU-57 too. The S-60 was first used in combat during the Korean War. During the Vietnam War, the S-60 was an essential element of North Vietnamese low-altitude air defense. It was highly effective between 460 and 1,500 meters, which made the AA gun deadly against low-flying aircraft. Some sources claim that Iraqi S-60s shot down several American and British aircraft during the 1991 Gulf War. Yet, these claims have never been confirmed in independent reports. In recent years, the S-60 has generally served as a fire support weapon against ground units in the Middle East. Still, it has fulfilled its original duty occasionally. ISIS claims to have shot down an Iraqi Cessna 208 Caravan near Hawija on March 16, 2016 with a truck-mounted S-60. The Ukrainians have successfully used the Crus 6322 6x6 truck-mounted S-16s against the Russians in direct and indirect fire support missions in the ongoing Russian invasion of Ukraine. In return, the Russians and the separatists have also deployed this gun against the Ukrainians in the same duty. Besides, the separatist Luhansk forces claim that their improvised T-55 hull-based S-60s have also shot down several Ukrainian drones. Even though it has been accepted as an obsolete weapon system since the 1960s, the S-60 has been reborn again and again whenever a war broke out. This AA gun, which still offers so much in fire support and air defense roles, is undoubtedly an undying legend. Thanks for watching our video, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of our new videos. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel. And as always, we would greatly appreciate all of your likes, comments and shares.